Welcome back to Pen and Prosper, a podcast where JT Lawrence is coaching me, Melissa Delport, to be a six-figure author. If you are joining us today, you have landed straight in the middle of a two-parter with Gerald in Kilby, science fiction and techno-thriller author who is talking about Facebook ads and landing pages and all sorts of interesting things. So we are not going to chat too much. JT, welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
As always, we would like to say a huge thank you to Elize, our editor, to our paid subscribers, and to our sponsor, Vellum, the book formatting software we could not live without. JT, you have that code for us?
Yes, it's a link in case you'd like to try Vellum out. It's vellum.com/pen and prosper. And if you use that link, then they'll know that we sent you and it will be good for everyone.
Yes.
I'm excited, Delport. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. And before we go, anyone who does want to support us and become a paid subscriber, we are now also open to paid subs on YouTube.
Yes.
Which is very exciting.
That. Yes, you can get a funny little star next to your name.
Yes.
Then you'll know.
And we'll be like, instant.
That's our people. That's our people.
Instant responses.
In the middle of writing a chapter. Quickly.
Now. All right. Okay. I think we should dive back in because I'm pretty sure people aren't here to listen to us today. They want to hear Gerald again.
Correct. Okay, enjoy it, guys.
And then I don't switch them off. This is the other thing I've noticed that's changed. So what people were noticing, and what I was noticing too when I was testing ads, was I go in and go, oh, right, there's that one's doing great. These ones are terrible. I kill them all. And as soon as you kill them all, the one that was doing great stops working.
Yeah.
You know, what is going on here? And what's going on is Facebook's using all the ads now as a kind of a scaffold. Okay, so it's one ad rests on top of the next ad, which rests, so that it's sending that combination to that person today, it's sending that combination to that person tomorrow, and it's giving them the 7 points that they have to hit before they actually go and do a purchase. Okay,
Yes.
so it's pulling them down the funnel. This is what Facebook is trying to do now, pulling people down this buying funnel. So if you take out any of this stuff, the whole thing collapses.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So just don't kill anything. So even when you go in, you'll see, oh yeah, that image is doing great and these are doing not great.
You just leave them.
Just don't kill them.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Whatever you do, don't kill them. Just let the whole thing run.
If they're bad, Facebook just won't show them, and you'll see that there's no spend on those ads.
Well, you can get spend on an ad. I mean, spending on an ad on Facebook is pretty easy.
I mean, when Facebook is choosing which of your ads to show, of those, let's say in my ad set, I have 20 different images in one ad. And
I get 20 different images in one ad. 10 is the maximum.
How does Blake do it, Delport? Is it 20 different ads in the ad set? Okay, let's just say 10 for now.
But I do think he does do, I think it's 10 and 10. Is it not 10 to the US, 10 to the UK? That's what you're thinking, 20.
That would work, yeah.
Maybe.
It could be that, because he does mention 20 a lot, but I think it's that.
Okay. But you can see in those, let's just say 10, you can see on those 10 graphics, those different graphics, which ones Facebook likes to send out versus which ones they don't, because some have almost zero spend and others have a lot of spend. It'll show you which ads are showing a lot compared to the others.
It doesn't mean that Facebook doesn't like them.
Okay.
That's the way things used to work.
Okay,
I don't like this ad.
Facebook is the real boy and it doesn't like them.
Yeah.
He's not showing them. So like,
you know, we're all equal. You know, this is the new society, you know.
But Facebook is more equal.
Everybody has a place. Everybody has, a function. So if you understand how a sales funnel works in terms, Facebook will send this out. So Facebook say, I need to send this out to potential readers. Okay, here's a bunch of people I know who really love this author. I know from all the buying signals I have in for them. I'm going to send it to them, but I'm going to send this particular combination to them because that's the one I think they'll respond best to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you increase your budget. Okay, and it says Facebook goes, okay, I need to find more people outside your hot readers. Okay, so these are people who might know you but haven't necessarily bought any of your books. Okay, so that takes a little bit more cajoling to get them to buy. So it'll send a different combination to them.
Yes.
Okay. And it'll see how they react. Okay. And then a couple of days later, if they're reacting positively to that ad, it'll send them another combination, which pushes them down the funnel.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So everything in the ad set, in the ads and the copy is all working together.
Serving a purpose.
Serving a purpose.
Mm.
So that's why you have to really think about what it is, who you're targeting, what the message is, and all the combinations that you can create to bring that person down the funnel.
Mm.
Okay. And if you can get all that right in a Facebook ad and get your targeting right, then it will work beautifully. Okay. Because I've completely turned my Facebook
Brilliant.
right round
Brilliant.
now, where I'm going back up again.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's how it works now. You know, the other thing I've been doing that scares a lot of people is I do landing pages now.
Yes, I definitely want to talk about landing pages. We spoke to Blake about it last week, Delport? And it was so very interesting. And I know that you talked about it in London. So yeah, I'd love to hear more about that. Can I just ask you a few more questions about the ads themselves?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
When you're choosing what kind of ad to send on Facebook, do you choose a sales ad or do you choose a traffic ad?
So I've been choosing doing sales ads more and more.
Okay. All right. So that lends itself to the landing page.
But let me qualify that.
Okay.
So I've been doing tests. I'm saying, right, let's just send the same thing to a traffic ad and let's send the same thing to a sales ad and see which one works better. I mean, it's the obvious way to do these things. And the sales ads were working better in some cases or most cases, but not all.
Okay.
I haven't done those tests in European, so France, Spain, Germany, because the traffic ads are still working very well there.
Okay.
Okay. So
you're testing.
My advice to people would be to test both just to be sure. So if your Facebook ads just aren't working for you at the moment and you're trying to go, what can I do? Okay. Go to your reviews in your series, get all the information. Okay. Use that prompt, get this information, use that as a framework to create new ads. Okay. Tighten down your audience right down to just your genre. Use interest-based, your genre as a traffic ad. Okay. And then your placement is Facebook feed and Instagram feed. Okay. Everything is tightened down and then get your ads tidied up. Okay. So really think about the image, really think about the message and think about the offer you're making. Don't sell a full price book and test those and you'll find that will improve your ad return. Okay. Straight away. After that, then you can start to look at things like sales page and landing pages. The problem I find with Facebook is there's so much in it. I mean, it's such a complicated platform that when you go in, it's like, even for me, I'm going, what? Where that used to be there.
Yes.
Where's it gone? No, I don't want to do that. No, you know, it's a really complicated platform. So you can be overpowered just by the number of things that you have to think about.
Yeah.
But even when I go through an ad and I finish, I'm going, I'm sure there's something I've forgotten.
Missed. Yes.
Totally screw up this.
Some AI thing is turned on. Yeah.
I have to go back and check. And anyway, so once you get kind of your traffic ad, then you can get into the kind of sales ads. So what I've been doing, I've been testing basically exactly the same ad, same audience, same everything. One is a traffic ad and the other is a sales ad. What I mean by sales ad is that it's going to a landing page on my website, not direct sales. So I'm not sending it to my website to sell books on my website. I'm putting a page in between the Facebook ad and Amazon, my Amazon sales page.
Yes.
Okay. And it works much better. The theory would be that it should, because so they go to the ad, they go, oh, that's interesting. I think I'll check this book out. They click on it. They go to a landing page. And it's a very simple landing page. If you saw the conference talk that you would have seen what I used, they're very simple, nothing complicated. So what I'm doing is I'm reiterating exactly what I said on the ad on the landing page.
Yes, I think that's so important. Yeah.
And I'm not going off on a tangent somewhere and I'm not sticking in all my other books and everything. It's just the same thing that we're looking at. And then there's a get reading now, I think I call it. And you click on that and that's where the attribution link is. And that's where the trigger is for Facebook to send back an add to cart signal. Okay. So it's not a purchase.
Yes.
Although I might try that. And it's not a page view. It's an add to cart.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm telling Facebook, this person is the type of person I'm really looking for. People are going to click that button there. Get me more of them. Okay?
Yes.
So it has that and then it kind of modifies its targeting based on people it thinks will click the add to cart button. So it does tend to work. And I have noticed that the return, the ROI, the return on investment definitely goes up. Okay. Over time. Maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks.
As Facebook learns what kind of person to send it to.
So my cost of sale goes down. So it does work. The second thing I think why it works, and I mean, for me, it works dramatically better than traffic ad.
Okay.
And I think the second
reason listening?
Is that, okay, so you're on your phone and you go, oh, what's this? This is interesting. You see an image that you connect with, whatever genre it is. It's a book and you might be interested. Oh, that's interesting. And then you click on it and you go to a sales page on Amazon and you go, hang about, what's this? It's a different, your cover is different. Your blurb on your sales page is different to what was in the ad.
Exactly.
There's a disconnect there.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a moment where they're going, is this a scam?
Yes.
Like been sent to a scam site. So with the landing page, you kind of create this bridge between the two worlds, you know, the old world and the new world, the underworld and the overworld. It's like a bridge. You want to get
Are you a sci-fi author by any chance?
about it, you know? So you're reiterating everything you said in the ad on your sales page.
Yes.
And you're introducing the book cover. Okay. So the image changes, but the text remains the same.
Yes.
Okay. So they're going, okay, this is the same thing. And now you've introduced the book cover image to them. And then they click on it and they go to your landing page on Amazon. Okay. And the book cover image is the same, even though the blurb might be different.
Okay.
Okay.
So absolutely zero friction. It's like.
Yeah. So everybody has this idea that, oh, no, I don't want to put something in the way. Get them to the sales page. Once they're on the sales page, let Amazon do all the selling. I don't think that works. I'm not convinced. Okay. I think the reason why the intermediate page works really well is the fact that you are creating this bridge. You are making the transition easier. You are bringing people down the funnel because once they click on your landing page, they are more qualified.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it as a way to warm up the customer even more.
Yeah. And the other thing about it is that there's kind of a side benefit, which is that if you're sending qualified traffic to your sales page, that works really well with Amazon's algorithm.
Yes.
Okay. So it's going, okay, well, look, the people landing on this page, 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 buy a book. It's great. As opposed to the people in that sales page over there where it's 1 in 100 or 1 in 200. Okay.
Yes.
So that feeds into Amazon's algorithm.
Okay. Well, it's sounding
really
good.
Qualified traffic to your sales page.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it all works. And it's working quite well for me.
Okay. Thank you. That's brilliant. Delport, do you have any questions? I think I still have a few more little technical things, but nothing too big. Delport, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just want to check. So it's one campaign, and you said you do between like 5 to 6. You don't use all 10, 5 to 6 images, and a couple of like 2 to 3 primary text options.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the headline, I'll use a call to action. So
it's giving variety, but you don't have to like stretch yourself thin with try outliers, because I do have certain things that I think work and I'd love to come back, but I don't want to make it work when I have to think of 5 of these and I have to think of 10 of those and I have to. So do you just take what performs and then pop it into one campaign?
What series would you be advertising? Just give me a
Shadow Magic. What of my? Yeah, it's an urban fantasy series.
Urban fantasy.
It's urban fantasy. Okay, so have you gone through all your 5 and 4-star reviews and read all of them and collated them into, and exactly? No, okay, so that's number 1. Okay.
I don't read my reviews. I find them very boring.
No, just get Claude to do it.
Claude's going to do it. Yeah.
Claude's going to do it, and that'll be an absolute eye opener for you. Do that first.
Okay. Yes, I like that prompt. Look, I've even written it on my handle. It's starting to rub off because of my hand cream. I wrote.
So it might be that I don't know. I mean, I'm not. But something like the Dresden Files, I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So maybe there's people in there go, oh, your book is like the Dresden Files. I'm sure it's not, but if you know what I mean. You probably know yourself. So when you see this stuff,
they just say it's like JT's. Yeah. It's like JT. If you laugh, JT laugh.
Whatever.
Yeah. But
we wrote in the same world, so they're very close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say the Dresden Files for now, just to
finish that. The reason why I'm saying this is because Facebook can be overwhelming.
Yes.
When you go to it, because there's so many options and so many things you could do and so many boxes to tick and there's so much to it. I can't, even for me, I can't cope with this.
Yeah.
It's just too complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. So break it right down into very simple little chunks, a kind of a methodology. Okay. And the first thing you need to do is understand
why readers love your books.
Like about your books.
Okay.
And what other authors they think you are like, and what other books they think you are like. Okay. And once you know that, then you have a way of creating text and images on an ad. Because when you're coming to it kind of blank, you're going, what do I say? I just pick a couple of reviews and stick it on my image and stick my book cover or something tangential or adjacent to my book cover, throw a whole lot of them up there and see which one works. Okay. And that has worked for people. And that's probably made us very lazy in this. Whereas now you need to kind of think about it. So go back, have a look, see what people really like about your books. And then it's easier to craft an ad because you know exactly what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Right. And then once you do that, so the most important thing with Facebook now is the ad. Okay, that is king, absolute king is the ad creative. You could sell quite a lot with a really good ad to a bad audience, okay? And all the other technicalities will be forgiven if you have a really good ad, okay? But if you have all the best all the right buttons and knobs switched on Facebook and you have a bad creative, it's never going to work.
Yes.
So that is the thing to focus on, is the creative, getting that right. Okay.
Jerry, can you give us an example of what kind of ad you would use for a hot versus a medium versus a cold audience?
Well, you kind of don't need to worry about the hot, okay? Because they will respond to
anything,
the warm and the cold, if you think about it. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's even simpler, right?
Yeah.
So the types of ads I would do is I would use references to books and authors.
Yes.
If you like, so a cold audience, somebody who reads in your genre but doesn't know who you are.
Yes.
Okay. If you like The Martian, then you'll love Conley Mars from Gerald and Kilby. Okay.
Okay. And
then you support that with reviews.
Yes.
And maybe a bit of a blurb. Okay. Or you might leave the blurb till the landing page. Okay. So they're going, yeah, I like The Martian. Maybe I'll check this out.
Check it out. Yeah.
Right? So those sort of things work for the kind of cold and warm audience. The warm audience is really where people know you, but haven't quite decided to go. And they kind of respond to things like reviews. Reviews do quite well.
Yeah.
You know, and also, things like, the series you've been waiting to start, the series you've been meaning to start.
Oh, yes.
You kind of know that they'd be looking at you,
yes.
Across the bar. Because they haven't quite made the move yet.
Yes.
And they go, oh, okay.
The drink you've been meaning to buy.
Yeah. And the other thing that people respond well to are things like it's a complete series.
Yes.
Okay? Yes.
So, all 6 books are all whatever. It's a complete series.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to start a series that isn't finished.
Not. Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah. I found that when I was trawling my reviews and kind of trying to identify the trends in my books, and then I kind of cross-referenced that with my synthetic audience's pain points. So what does an urban fantasy reader of 45 years old hate about reading urban fantasy? And the top thing was that the series is not complete. The second thing was it was a romance dressed in a thin leather jacket or something like that. It's like it's romance, it's dressed up, but it's not real urban fantasy. And that kind of thing. So I've been trying to kind of work both of those things into my messaging and hoping that it'll reach the right kind of temperature.
So don't mix your messaging in the one ad.
No, it has to be a single-minded message.
Yeah, so you have, I'm targeting this person with this message.
Yes.
And then you do another ad set and say, I'm targeting this person. It could be the same person with a different message.
Yes.
Or another person. Yeah. So don't mix them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But within the ad, mix.
I used to be in advertising in my younger days, and the very first thing they teach you is the message has to be single-minded.
Yeah.
The audience has to come away with one message, and it must be the right one.
Yeah.
Do you ever show your book covers in your ads now, or is that a thing of the past? No,
it's a thing of the past.
And do you always mention the title?
Interestingly, I do on the landing page.
Okay.
Yes, you said, because then it's seamless to the product page.
So if you think of like people scrolling Facebook, you want an image that's going to pop. It's going to stop the scroll.
Yeah.
It's an image that's going to stop the scroll, not necessarily a book cover. I mean, it's great if your book cover is that type of image, but most people aren't, or it might be for a while, so you're constantly going this churn of different types of images. So when they go to the landing page, then I show them the book cover.
Yes.
Okay. So that, and the same text, so that when they go to the Amazon landing page, they see this the same book and they make the connection. So I suppose in that sense, maybe we're coming back to showing the cover again.
Okay, but not in the actual ad.
Not in the actual ad.
Yeah.
Now that's not to say don't try it.
Yes.
We try it. I've always found that when I put a book cover in it just never worked.
Yeah.
Maybe my book covers suck.
I doubt
That's the reason.
I doubt it.
maybe they're trying to tell me something.
We're getting very granular.
Yeah.
I mean, we've run the gamut. We've spoken to such clever people with regards to Facebook ads, and we've really run the gamut from people who say, don't put anything in the ad, like not the book cover, not the title, none of that, because you just want the click. You just want to sell the click and let the product page do the hard work for you, because Amazon knows how to sell a product, right? All that buyer psychology is baked into that product page. So just get them to the product page and Amazon will do the rest. And then, of course, you have the other side, you have someone like Eric, who says that if you can show your book cover and the title and have some information about it, then that is your North Star ad. I mean, if you're not selling books, when you're showing that, then maybe there's a problem that's bigger than your Facebook ad. And then, of course, we have all this stuff in between. So it
really is all over the place.
Yeah, I would be the kind of mindset, I think that this is where my mind has shifted, okay, over the years, is to be constantly focused on what it is the reader is interested in. Okay?
Yeah.
If you can give them that, then that's a good ad.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And not get too fixated on your book covers and telling them what's in the book. Because this is classic when we go to write a blurb we've written a book and we sit down and we got to write the blurb. Okay? And we're, first few times you do, what you're trying to do is you're trying to write the entire story into the blurb.
Yeah.
Okay. And after a while you realize that's not what people want to hear. They're not interested. They just want to hit those tropes, the points. It's fast paced. It's this. It's set here. It's this, and this is what people are saying about it. Okay, and like blurbs can be tiny. So the same thing kind of applies to ads. You don't need to put in, your book title, your entire blurb of what the book is about. You just need to know what it is they want to hear. You can get that from reading your 4 and 5 star reviews and then giving them that.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
And then once you have that, it's getting back to it's old-fashioned sales, really. At the end of the day, it's what they say: don't sell the sausage, sell the sizzle.
Yes.
you're selling the desire, rather than the features of the product. The features of the product are the book cover and the name and the title and the blurb, and they're the features. Nobody cares. What they want is they want the feeling of what it's going to be like to read. The other thing I've been sort of toying with is this. Again, like turning my brain around it in sales, where they're saying, what problem does this product solve?
Yes.
Okay. And when I was asking that to myself about my books, I was going, that's such a stupid question. What this couldn't be any problem. I mean, that's just daft. What problem does a book solve? Unless, you want to hold up a table that has a wonky leg or something. maybe that's something you could do. But then it kind of struck me. I was going on a holiday somewhere and I was going through the airport and I was saying, I need a book to read, on the plane, or I need a book, when I get there. And I went into the bookshop and I went, wow, that's why all these traditional publishers are selling beach reads, holiday reads. They're solving the problem of you being bored stupid on holidays.
Yes.
Okay? When you're sitting there with nothing to do and nobody wants to talk to you anymore and you want to go to a corner on your own and read a book.
Who are you going on holiday with? Nobody wants
the wrong people.
You've never been on holidays with a sci-fi writer, have you? Little do you know. Classic kind of sales and marketing. This is classic sales and marketing stuff. What problem does your book solve?
Yeah.
Okay?
So that would be something like what to read after The Martian, or
Yes. That's a good example. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take that thread, then what problem does my book solve? So I write science fiction. I write it in the kind of classic science fiction style, I suppose. So the problem would be that people who would have read a lot of classic science fiction may have no more books to read, okay? And they're going, ever since Arthur C. Clarke kicked the bucket, there's been no great sci-fi books. Well, I'm going to solve your problem. Okay? This book solves your problem. Okay, your problem is you don't have any books in this genre anymore. Well, problem solved.
Yeah.
Or say with the techno-thrillers like Michael Crichton, which is kind of half the reason why I started writing, was because there was no more Michael Crichton books left anymore, so I decided to write one. Look what happened. So the problem I'm solving is that if you love Michael Crichton, then I'm solving that problem for you.
I suppose even by saying for fans of, like in my case, it's Patricia Briggs, perfect for fans of Patricia Briggs. Patricia Briggs only brings out a certain amount of books. So they're always going to be finished Briggs and looking for the next one. So you are solving that problem for them without even saying you are.
And you've used that in one of your straps, JT. It actually
Yeah.
says the books you read between Patricia Briggs releases or something.
Yeah, I use that kind of,
So have you
I'm
tried
looking
this?
at you.
Have you tried
No,
landing page?
Not
No.
yet. I've actually started working on
Okay.
my landing page last week,
Okay.
and I really loved the process. And I just need to finish it off, I think, before I start testing it. But I'm super excited
No,
about it.
they're working great for me at the moment. They
Okay,
are. They're
great.
working great.
So now I, as like a reader and also as a cynic, descended from a long line of cynics, if I clicked an ad on Facebook that said I had a Kindle Unlimited badge or whatever, and it took me anywhere but Amazon, I'd be like, scam.
Yeah,
I'd freak out. I'd be like, where am I? What is this random website I've been taken to? So is that not like
Well,
a concern?
Yeah, I mean, the
That's
evidence,
just me though.
right? The evidence tells me that that's not the case. Okay?
That's not okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I think
Not
it's
that
actually
many
the
cynics.
opposite. Yeah, funny enough. Okay, because you're looking
Okay.
at an image. You're looking at it. So when you go on your Facebook and you look at this image and you see that, okay, that's science fiction, whatever it is, and you read the text and you go, for fans of so, oh, that's me. And then you go and you click the thing and you go, what the hell is this? This is a completely different image, and the text blurb is different. And I'm on Amazon, and
that's
I no warning about this.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Got you.
And you go, okay. I eventually kind of figured it out. Okay, yeah, this is the same thing. I think. Okay, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. But if you have a landing page that says this is
The same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know yourself when you're doing things on, you get a link and you click on it and you go, oh, hang about, is this the same thing? Am I? And everybody is really hyper aware and hyper alert to that. Okay, because we all are. We've got scams, and we've got the fear and horror of clicking on the wrong link, baked into us. At this stage. Okay? So you want to make absolutely sure that what they click on is going to relate,
exactly
what they're expecting. Okay? And sometimes I think with just going in a traffic ad where you're going from the image that's different and the text that's different to an Amazon landing page, there is that kind of momentary disconnect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant. But can you quickly talk about scaling?
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you like to scale?
Well, there's kind of three ways, really. There's the,
But which is the best?
Which is the best? Throw
we don't
large.
Don't do what Michael. Michael showed us ads, and then he showed us other ads, and I was making that, and then he was like, "And you don't do any of that."
Oh no!
Well,
do you remember?
I've come to this from the same point. I've come to this where I am now, from where you are, in the sense that I was doing all that and it just wasn't working anymore. It wasn't working for me. Okay, and I go, what is going on with this? And then I spent months and research and testing until eventually I figured it out. And I'm here to tell you, so you don't have to.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
I love when people walk so we can run.
Exactly. And it is a bit of a mindset reshift. It's, it's like we're on this one track and we're going, it's always worked. Why is it not working anymore? I'm going to keep doing it. The definition of insanity, as they say. And we're all like that. I'm the same. I was going, why? You keep doing the same thing. And then it takes a lot of effort to try to shift yourself off that and try something else. That you've tried before and it was a disaster. So you're going, why am I trying this again? Because it didn't work the last time I tried it. Okay. But that is the only way you kind of get out of it, is by trying all these other different things and seeing what works and what doesn't work. Or get me on your podcast.
You just tell us.
I'll tell you what's working. But yeah, so even some people, I'm sure there's some people watching this going, listening to me going, well, I don't know. I don't think, I'm not sure about that now, because they're stuck in the way of doing things the same way all the time. It takes a bit of effort to try and shift out and try something completely different. But you won't know until you try something completely different to see if it's working.
Yeah.
In terms of scaling, it's all about three different ways to scale. So the kind of standard way is that you increase your budget by 20% every 3 days.
Yes.
So, okay. This has been around since the dawn of time.
Yes.
And even Facebook had this new kind of AI analysis tool in the Facebook dashboard. I don't know if you've noticed it.
Yes.
Manus or something they call it. I don't know what they call it. And it's actually quite good. And I was asking it, I was saying, well, how do I, plan this? And it came back with exactly that same scenario, this 20% over every 3 days.
Oh, did it?
Reason being, so Facebook has all your ads, it has your budget, and it picks an audience, and it starts to learn and figure out how this audience it's targeting is responding to the ads that it's sending out. Okay. And then eventually after a couple of days, it figures that out.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you increase your budget way more, it now has to broaden its audience, its target audience, and say, I have to find more people.
Yeah.
Okay. But the people that I've been targeting so far are the people I think really are going to respond best to this offer. Okay.
Yes.
Of your
Yes.
book. Okay. Your top readers. That's why people see this. They put an ad out and they get a load of sales and they go, oh, this is great. And then a couple of days later, it all dies.
Mm.
Okay.
Crashes.
Crashes
Yeah.
and burns because if
Yeah.
you burn through the audience too quick. So you're expanding that out. So these next group in the outer circle are kind of interested, but they're not as interested as the people in the inner
Yes.
circle.
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to cost a bit more to get to those people. Okay. If you expand that and you have too much of a budget, then it has to go to a much, much wider audience. And then it has to go through this whole learning phase and it starts to learn the whole thing all over again. But you want to try and avoid that. Okay. So that's why you increase by 20% every 3 days or so. And it does work. But remember that every time you increase the budget, it's quite likely your click price is going to rise for a bit until it figures itself out and then it slowly
Yes.
drops.
Yeah.
Okay. The other way to scale is just to duplicate the ad and pick a bigger audience. So if you've got an ad that's working and you're using sort of interest-based targeting, just duplicate it and go broaden that audience, or even go full open targeting. Everybody in the US, everybody in the UK, give it a bigger budget. Okay.
Yeah.
If the ad's good enough, it will work. The key is the ad, as I keep coming back to. The ad creative is absolutely the key to everything on Facebook now. And the more creative variety you have, the better.
We'd like to take a quick break to tell you about our sponsor, Scribe Shadow.
If you're an indie author, you already know that publishing a book is only part of the journey. Reaching readers in new markets is where things get really exciting, but translations have traditionally been expensive, time-consuming, and honestly, a little overwhelming. Which is why JT and I both use Scribe Shadow. We originally started using it for our translations, and it quickly became one of the tools we can't live without. Personally, I started translating my books in May last year and my income skyrocketed. Scribe Shadow saves us time, the workflow is simple, and best of all, it's affordable. It's made book translations accessible for indie authors, and in just minutes, you can translate your novels into multiple languages with high quality results, which opens the door to exploring relationships with readers all around the world.
What we really appreciate is that Scribe Shadow understands indie authors because it was built by people from the indie publishing space. This isn't a massive faceless corporation. It's a small family-run team that understands the realities of self-publishing, tight budgets, and wearing 20 different hats at once. They also offer things like cover creation, audiobook translation, and a straightforward credit system that keeps the whole process simple and affordable. Importantly, you always keep full rights to your work, and your books are never used to train AI. So if you've been thinking about expanding into foreign markets, or you just want tools that genuinely make your author business easier to run, check out Scribe Shadow. It's become a really valuable part of our workflow, and we're genuinely happy to recommend it. If you'd like to try Scribe Shadow, we have a special code for you. You can get 30% discounts. It is Pen and Prosper 30. You can use that at checkout.
Perfect. And let's get back to our episode.
And the third way really to kind of expand or to scale is to actually, you do US, UK, Canada, Australia.
Yes.
And then if you're doing translations, Germany, France, Spain, they're really good. They're really good. The European market for translations, I mean, the ads are so cheap and the responses are absolutely great.
Yeah, we found that we've had a lot of luck with translations, and they just seem Facebook ads just seem easier in the other markets.
Oh, it's so easy compared to the US and the UK. I mean, the US think about it. I mean, it's such a massive market. Everybody targets it, and every time there's like coming up to Christmas or the holiday season, and all the click prices go way up, and probably coming up to elections. So there's all these other things that are coming on where people are using the Facebook platform to advertise.
Yes,
that we are competing with. Okay, so that's the US market. It's a tricky one, but if you can crack it in the US, but it's the biggest.
Yeah,
by far.
Yeah,
by far. So if you really want to make money.
The first 6 months, I think, that we did this coaching, I remember I would not run any ads to any English market because every time I did, I just burned through my money. Remember, JT?
Yeah.
So that's how I became the Italian princess. Everything I put in Italy just worked so well. And I was like, I don't mind. I'll just be an author who does really well in foreign
Italy.
markets and never sells anywhere.
You can do that. Because I mean, probably 40-50% of my income now is foreign markets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, France, Germany, Spain, Italy,
Yeah.
Funny, it took me
And
so long. I just couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. Like on paper, it should have been working, and it just. And then one day it did. It was the strangest thing.
Yeah, well, it works way easier in farm markets, way easier.
Yes.
There's less competition. A lot of reasons for it, okay? One, they're quite big markets, like, like
Germany especially.
Germany, Spain, Italy, they're all UK-ish size. They're big markets, but they don't have the same quantity of competition when it comes to the book.
They're not as saturated.
They're not as saturated, okay? And then obviously they're not saturated in terms of advertising on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
So when I'm targeting European, I'm doing, Facebook and Instagram, both.
Okay.
The only thing about the European market is, it's a minor criticism really, is that Amazon attribution links, just forget it.
Yeah, they don't work very well. Yeah.
They're useless.
Yeah.
They're useless. I mean, it'll take you a month to get any sort of data out of it in France or Germany, because they have all that sort of stuff switched off, dialed down, whereas the US and the UK, Canada, Australia, they get reasonably good data out of. But I mean, you can test in the US market, right? Or even test in the UK market if you want something and the UK market is quite tricky as well, and see how that works. But once you got something working there, then it'll just instantly transfer across to everything else.
Yeah, that's what we did. We didn't try and make ads that were specific to the different countries. We just took our winning US ads and translated them.
Yeah. Well, you have to be careful with the UK because
I took my winning Italian ads and
UK.
99C to 99P.
Yes.
You have to make sure the spelling is which is okay for us if we come from this neck of the woods, so we can do that.
No, South African also use British English, so we know the difference.
Yeah, we know the difference. Yeah, it's different when you're in the US. We actually have to. So I write in American English.
So do I.
I used to write in British English because I've been Irish. It's British English.
Yes.
So that's famous yourselves, But then when I was writing, I flipped over to writing in American English.
It's just easier.
Yes.
Yeah, it's easier. I think it's easier for
the readers.
For us lot to read American English than it is for Americans to read British English. It's the first book I brought out. It was like my reviews, there's so many typos and spelling mistakes. And, no, I mean,
you learn how to spell.
It's so annoying.
No, there isn't. Yes, there is. And Z's and So I said, all right, fine, I'll give in. I'll write it in American.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, a lot of stuff I write is science fiction anyway, so it suits that kind of style.
Yeah.
Gerald, do you use human translations?
I've tried a lot of different things.
Okay.
I mean, I tried human translation, which is very expensive.
Yeah.
And I've tried AI translation with human editors, which is a bit hit and miss for reasons I'll explain if you're interested. And I've tried AI fully, which is a bit hit and miss.
Yeah.
Okay. So the human translation, is great. You know what you're getting. But at the same time, it is very expensive.
It's so expensive.
Okay? It's so expensive that I just could not afford to start. I mean, I have 20 odd books. So, you're spending $1,000, $2,000 or whatever it is to translate, more than that for translation. That's a phenomenal. And then you're going through all different, it's just a colossal amount of money. No. I can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
I could do one or two just to test the waters, but even just doing one or two isn't enough. You kind of want the whole series so you can... anyway, the other way of doing it then was with AI. So you're doing the whole scribe shadow thing. So you're getting AI, it's going to translate your work. And then you're getting a human editor to come in and tidy it up. Okay. That's a bit hit and miss depending on the person you get, because some people will just go, it's grand, give me the money.
Yes.
And you've no way of knowing. Until you publish that book and the reviews start coming in and people saying this is terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. So unless you get somebody that is, that's been recommended by other people. What I do now is I developed a process of using Scribe Shadow to do the initial kind of what I call the first draft translation. Yeah. Okay. And then I take that first draft translation and then I run it again through, I think Gemini. Gemini, I can't remember one. And I do what I call an edit.
Okay.
On it. So it's, you are a Italian science fiction literary editor.
Yes.
Tell me what's terrible about this chapter. Okay. Not in terms of the story, but the phrasing, how it reads to a native Italian.
Yes.
Okay. How does this read to a native Italian? And it's amazing. Okay. Because it'll come back and it'll give you all of the sort of places where it falls down and gives you alternatives and explains to you why this doesn't work in the context of a native Italian reader. And it could be a metaphor, an allegory that we use here, the kind of
Just doesn't
English
translate.
speaking word that just doesn't translate.
Mm.
Okay. And it'll give you options for, so I go through the entire book with a second draft doing that.
Okay.
Which is a bit of work. Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at is I'm trying to give my readers the best thing I could possibly give them. And also I myself have some understanding of how the book has been translated. Okay.
Yes.
Where it's been slightly changed, because all translation will change a book.
Yes.
Okay. The worst thing you can have in a translation is a direct translation. And some human translators will do this. They'll literally directly translate what you have into German, French, Spanish. And that doesn't necessarily work. And that's where the art of translation, so people who win awards for translation, that's why they're winning those awards.
Because they've captured the essence of the story.
Yes.
So I do that in a second draft. When I finish that, then I go through a third draft with it, using Claude, which is kind of an overview, which is really all about trying to making sure all the names are correct and the proper nouns are correct. Yeah, and they haven't translated. So because I write sci-fi, a lot of terminology does work in English, like EVA, when an astronaut's gone out of the capsule and they're going EVA.
Yes.
That works. It's loads of words that actually work, though I don't want them translated into, say, Italian, because if they're translated into Italian to an Italian, that doesn't sound right. Okay, so that's my third draft. And then so far, they have done really, really well.
Excellent.
I did some Italian books and I got translation done. Was it Italian or Spanish? I can't remember. Human. And then I got the next in the series, AI with the human editor. And then I got the next in the series done with AI, fully me in full control. And it was the one that got the highest review. So I
really?
all the rest of them.
Okay.
Literally, I read it all the rest of them to try and get the quality. And then the reviews started rising.
Okay.
So that's what
sounds like a really good strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, because you can't speak all these languages, so we don't know. You have to have, but you still want to give your reader the best possible.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm a great believer in author brand. I think in the age of AI, and certainly when people are producing tons of books and, it's just been spewed out there all over the place, what I think is going to be of value in the future is brand. Brand is really important.
For sure.
The brand you can trust. Okay? So I'm trying to push the author brand, Gerald M. Kilby. If you see Gerald M. Kilby, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get science fiction, technical thrillers. It's going to be these type of books, fast-paced, and it's going to be, hopefully, good quality.
Yes.
The highest quality that I can get it to be.
Yes.
So that's the brand. I'm really, really conscious of focusing on that brand.
Yes.
And not going off on tangents and, taking shortcuts in a sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I do. But it
sounds really good.
It's a great area because it's certainly expanded my income, foreign sales, French. So the best markets, and I suppose this would depend on genre, for me would be France. France is amazing.
France is amazing.
But France have a whole history of science fiction. Do
they?
Science fiction fan. Oh, yeah. I mean,
didn't know that.
Well, not Jules Verne. Jules Verne French. I think it was. Yeah. Yeah. Mobius and, there's a massive science fiction fandom out there. Germany does really well as well. And now Spain and Italy. Well, Spain, but certainly France is my second best market. So the US still is the best market.
Oh, wow.
But it's a toss up between the UK and France.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, France will probably be better than the UK. And I don't even have all my books in French.
Gee whiz.
I need to get the rest of them done. Nothing on my list.
That's on the list. Is it on the list?
It's on the list.
I do the dictation. I figured out this Facebook ad business.
Gerald, you have given us so much to think about.
Much of your time, sure.
Yeah, so much of your time.
Poor Gerald. It's like, I just want to get out the attic.
Thank you so much.
Today, Gerald.
No, thank you guys. I mean, I love your podcast. I'm so
thank you.
Delighted to be on it.
Oh, I'm so glad.
And we're delighted to have you.
Yeah, we are, absolutely.
Yeah, you bring a lot of energy to the whole indie author podcast. It's like coming to a party, really.
Always a party. Yes! Goals we didn't even know we had.
What's your brand?
I love it. Pen and Prosper Party. Brilliant. I'm just going to give you a website for people interested in checking it out. It's Gerald, mkilby.com, and you'll find Gerald's books there. They look awesome. And is there anything else you'd like people to check out of yours, Gerald?
No, I mean, to go to the website, they can find
Okay.
my books. And if they want that prompt, I'll put a link to it.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
You can stick it in the description.
Please. I the prompt. It's rubbing off. I need to write it again.
Yeah, it's gerald.kilby.com/SPS London.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. I'm just going to put it
SBS
right
London
now.
26. Let me just make sure that is it, but I'm pretty sure that is SBS London
London
26.
26.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
it's Club Prompt. You could probably
Yes.
write it yourself, but that one's there and it does a reasonably good job, actually.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. That's great. We'll definitely pop that in the show notes and in the Facebook group. Thanks again. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hopefully see you around soon at one of the conferences. Are you going to Ireland next year?
To next. You're going to, what is next? Vegas?
Are you going to Vegas? I don't do Vegas, but you don't either.
No. I was there once.
What's your next one?
It might be Ireland.
Yeah, mine too.
In March. And then there's Athens, isn't there?
Yes. I'll see you at both.
April. Yeah, I'll be at both those.
Brilliant.
And you got to throw the salt at the screen, man.
You're in South Africa. Whereabouts in South Africa are you?
Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. Right down on the bottom east coast. Right at the east, southeast. Am I southeast, JT?
I'll say South Coast.
South Coast. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's lovely. It's warm. It's warm here. Well,
yeah, as we can tell.
It's warm.
It's warm here as well. So you should get to some of the. Have you been to any of these conferences?
No.
South African conferences are very trad heavy. So when I was trad, I did those. I think JT, you did them too.
Yeah.
But they're very hard. They are what they are. It's not the same.
Yeah.
And we don't have any indie. We don't really have any indie author conferences. Nobody wants to come here. I don't understand why not.
But you're going to do the Irish conference, Delport, as soon as you can, right?
That'll be my first one as soon as I can.
It's very similar to that, Delport. I mean, where all the conferences here are all very trad heavy, right? It's literally culture.
Yes.
We're up our own when it comes to writing,
Yes.
And, self-publishing and indies, we don't want those riffraff.
Second rate.
Until Siobhan put that show together in Ireland, which was great.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's so good.
When I started writing, I was just this. I didn't know anybody. I wasn't in the publishing world. Didn't know anybody in publishing. I never knew anything about that. Didn't know any other writers, and I was writing away. And the first conference I went to in London. I think it was 20 books or something like that, or maybe it was the SBS. I don't know. And I was like, oh my god. I had found my tribe.
Yeah.
Understand the pain that I was going through. And it was just amazing. I was going, I'm not going crazy. There are other people exactly like me in the world.
Yes, that's so true. That first conference, it's so amazing like that.
Really worth going to one.
I know, and period changing. I mean, JT says it all the time. I mean, that first conference changed your whole life because you were typical. And, South Africans, we had very much a mentality of that the digital borders were affecting. There are certain things we can't do. I mean, talking about e-commerce stores and stuff, it's very difficult from here. Those sort of things. There are certain things we can't be on ACX. There are certain things, but I definitely thought the limitations were a lot more than they actually were.
Yeah.
And I think indies have this kind of hustle culture where if there's a limitation, they find a way around it. They're like, well, that's not good enough. We'll just, we just pivot and we go this way and we go this way and we figure it out. So I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the energy because several of the conferences that I've been to are the ones that I can point to and say that changed my career.
Yes.
Actually, Vegas was one of them where, you kind of have ideas about where you're going and what you're doing and how you're doing it. And they haven't quite crystallized yet.
Yes.
And then you go to a conference and you hear all this stuff and you go, yes, now I know what I should be doing.
Yes.
And then you wait and say and some of the stuff doesn't work, but every now and again, one or two things are just exactly what you need to do. That's why I love conferences. And I'm quite a introverted person. So, I mean, I can't handle, 3 days of just talking to people nonstop.
Yeah.
I have to kind of crawl away back to my attic again.
Yeah.
But really, it's and they're such a great bunch of people. It's such even Tom Donnelly talks about this.
Yes.
Where he's coming to Hollywood, which is, as he called it, a knife fight in a phone booth. It's like they're horrible people.
And then you come to an indie author conference, everyone's like, hello.
Little Care Bears.
Yeah.
I think that traditional publishers could learn so much from indies. Like, I think that they are not, Even the earning
Gotta go.
potentials, like I never ever realized until I started speaking to these like beautiful people that come on about in the level of earning, like, and it's just like opened my eyes so much. I was like, sure, I was really shooting low, like the bar was low.
Thanks again. Thank you so much. And we'll
Thank
see
you
you
so
soon.
much for coming. Yes. And are you ready for the awkward wave, Jerry?
Yes,
You
awkward
must have
wave.
seen it.
Awkward wave.
The awkward wave. Before we go, we'd like to say a huge thank you to our paid sponsor, Vellum, the book formatting software that we could not live without. If you would like to try Vellum and let them know that we sent you, please visit tryvellum.com/pen and prosper.